A lot of people thought that T'Challa should have been recasted after Chadwick Boseman's passing. Did Marvel make the wrong decision?
Diversity and representation. These are things that people love to preach about and always talk about in social media and all these other different platforms. They always want to push that in front of everybody's face and tell you we need more diversity, we need more representation for this community and that community and all these
Hashtag
other
woke
things. Yet,
culture.
for black men, the biggest and most successful version of representation in the form of T'Challa has been taken away.
Hey.
There is no other character that even compares to this character on screen in the mainstream for a billion-dollar franchise like that of Black Panther. All that is left is a troubled film like Blade, where Mahershala Ali is pissed because this movie is a complete mess behind the scenes, and we have others taking the hand-me-down trash bag leftovers of other characters like Falcon trying to be Captain America.
Hey. I'm not gonna lie. Bro might be spitting. Honestly, when I think about the whole recast T'Challa thing, I'm kind of like, I'm in the middle. I'm not, oh my God, recast him. They should have recasted him, but I'm not, oh my God, why would they recast him? That's disrespectful. I'm somewhere in the middle of the conversation because what he's saying, can we really debate that? It's true. Black Panther is literally up here when it comes to a black character in pop culture. When that movie came out, it was third highest grossing of all time? That was our movie. And like, yes, there's still a Black Panther, but T'Challa got taken away. I can also see that T'Challa technically didn't get taken away. He has a son named T'Challa. I feel like I'd be more mad if Black Panther 2 was trash. If it was trash, oh my God. If it was trash, I'd be mad too. I would have said they should have recasted him. But the job that they did with that movie, I don't know how he feels about this movie. We're gonna see. But like, me personally, come on.
Or like War Machine, who has been left as a nothing character for over 10 years, finally getting a movie that was supposed to be a series.
He's getting a movie?
That is what we have, bro. For
I'm
black
not
men.
seeing
That's
that
what
in
we
theaters.
have for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because DC still doesn't have anything for black men. They've been sitting here squandering opportunities, getting rid of Cyborg, doing nothing with
Free
Jon Stewart. But,
Cyborg.
oh wait, we're gonna do a Jon Stewart TV series now. Meanwhile, Marvel was the first ones really out the gate to do a big budget film for T'Challa. Now, it wasn't the first film. Blade came before that, but Blade, in comparison to this, to me personally, there is no contest. The world of Wakanda, everything that surrounds him, the supporting cast.
But if I'm being real here, see, this is where I disagree. I still think this movie is big. This movie is still big for us, in my opinion. I feel we can say that it's disrespectful. I honestly think they were trying to be respectful when they didn't recast T'Challa. That's my opinion. I think they did it out of pure respect for Chadwick Boseman. So I can't say that they did this with any malice in their heart. The only thing that I think they could have done is waited to make that call. They did it right away. And obviously right away, that seems like the right call. People are like, this is the right decision. Don't recast him. But as time went on, you started seeing more and more people disagree with that. I really can't blame anybody here.
It blows Abigail out of the water and Hannibal King and all that from Blade Trinity out of the water. There is no comparison when we compare Blade and what he did to what T'Challa did for the black community. There is no comparison. Now, Wesley Snipes did his thing. I will respect that, but still, you get where I'm coming from. Knowing that this character is now gone effectively, and now we have to settle for somebody else taking the position of Black Panther in the form of Shuri, is now the new Black Panther, and effectively, T'Challa is now removed from this universe. His death was treated very distastefully, in my personal opinion, because me, watching this movie, my emotions were already taken out of this movie because I've went through my grieving process back in 2020. And for this movie to try and prey upon those grieving feelings again feels very unearned for this movie. This movie did nothing in itself to warrant those emotions from me. So when you can't pull upon those emotions, when you can't use those emotions from me, what do you have to offer me when it comes to logical storytelling? And unfortunately, this movie didn't have much of any of that when it came to justifying T'Challa being killed off in this universe.
See, that's the thing. Like, what he's saying is right, but at the same time, Chadwick Boseman died. And they made the decision that T'Challa was going to die, or his T'Challa was going to die. die with Chadwick Boseman. Obviously, they couldn't have a death scene. They didn't know this was coming. They did everything that they could have done. If you didn't feel emotional in the movie, that's you. I don't feel like they tried to prey upon his death. I think he died, and he deserved that moment of silence that we got. I don't think they were trying to pray. They were just trying to acknowledge Chadwick in that moment. I can see where you're coming from, though. Like, real talk.
I've watched this man be considered dead in the first Black Panther film. I've watched him be considered dead in Infinity War. I've watched him come back from the dead in Endgame, and now, after his triumphant return with the whole cinematic universe that were also killed in Infinity War, he is dead again because of reasons. Chadwick Boseman is an actor. He is a man who lived in our world. He is not a fictional character.
Yeah.
Why is it that this fictional character has to die off because he passed away? It doesn't make any sense, and it becomes even weirder when I think about the fact that Thunderbolt Ross, played by William Hurt, is already being recast, and this man just died. But then there are those who say he
R.I.P. R.I.P. R.I.P.
He was a minor role. He wasn't that big of a deal. Why are we stepping upon the lives of people like that so easily? This man was an OG character from the original part of the MCU that came out in 2008.
2008.
He was here before Chadwick and he was here after Chadwick. And yet nobody cares about that because he was a minimalistic side role to certain people. But yet, if he was such a minimalistic role, why are we even recasting? Why can't we just throw the role away?
See, again, he has a good point, but I feel like it's two different things. Yeah, like exactly what he said. It is a minimalistic role, but they could have just not made the movie, honestly. Could we really have challenged them? They had the whole script done for the movie, and Chadwick Boseman died. Now, at that moment, they had to make a decision, and they made a decision. And I understand that you're frustrated with this, but I don't feel like it's so bad to where we should bash them for doing this. I don't feel like it's fair to just say, oh, this person died, we recasted them. Thunderbolt Ross is gonna have a bigger role, and they would have had to rewrite everything again. I am not saying he shouldn't get the respect that Chadwick has, that Chadwick has more of my respect. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it's just, it comes a time where you have to make a decision. They made two different decisions, and I'm not gonna bash them for that. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Let it die off of William Hurt. They have no problem recasting William Hurt's role, even though it was so minor, but a gigantic role like that of T'Challa is so easily thrown in the trash so that others can shine. That logic feels backwards to me. Something as big as T'Challa, a franchise like that, bruh, you choose to take him out of his own franchise and give me the leftovers. You give me the sidekicks. You give me everything but what I'm really asking for and checking for. And you want me to be cool with that. This franchise already had amazing black female characters all around T'Challa. But to take him out is like, okay, so now it's just all black female characters, and Winston Duke's M'Baku was barely in this second movie. Treated as an afterthought for the most part.
I've rewatched Black Panther quite a lot since this movie came out. It's not like he was a main character in the first one either. He was probably in the second one more than he was in the first one. So we're going to put more women on the screen decision. I don't think that's it at all. And if you can say that, maybe you can claim that with Ironheart, that she had to be in this movie. Yeah, maybe that. But I don't think I don't think when Chadwick died, they were like, okay, this is just going to be the woman movie now. I think they looked at the cast that they had. And honestly, if I'm being real, all respect to you, I disagree with you wholeheartedly on the M'Baku take, because Winston Duke was probably my favorite character in the movie. He wasn't there for a very long time, but the scene with him talking to Shuri, it just meant so much. It was him representing T'Challa, being that mentor for Shuri. It was him representing her mother that died. So like, I don't want to even Winston Duke, he did his thing. I don't think he was an afterthought, honestly. I think he couldn't really fight the Namor's people. Why? Because they were mad strong, but that don't make him an afterthought for real. I understand what you're saying, but I just like respectfully disagree.
He had a few jokes to crack. He had a few little action scenes, but other than that, where was his presence throughout the majority of this movie? He's completely
I disagree
pushed to the
100%.
side. Michael B. Jordan is dead. Like, where are the black lead characters, bro? The ones who aren't sidekick mantle characters, salivating over trying to take over the role of an established white character, bro. Where are the OG black characters to look up to if we're always talking about representation and all this other junk? Quite frankly, the choice to get rid of T'Challa from his own franchise feels like this is more like the process of checkerboard players attempting to play chess, because they're not really focusing on the long term. They're not focusing on the next 15 to 20 years doing stuff like this.
I agree. No, that's facts.
Are they?
I feel like it was a 100% respect thing.
I'm supposed to sit here and look at Spoilers again. T'Challa Jr. potentially grow up and become Black Panther down the road. Who is T'Challa Jr., bro? I've never heard of this character. I've heard about T'Challa having a son with Storm in an alternate universe, but not this.
Is the MCU 100% based on the comics? We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Like, they had to do what they had to do. Like, I feel like this is just a reach, bro.
Way out here in the bushes while he's trying to be the king of Wakanda. So he's an absentee father, keeping secrets like that from his own sister, who apparently loves him so much throughout this whole movie.
Yeah, no, what he's saying there, that's facts. That's facts. I thought he hit it from the mom, too. Imagine the mom didn't get a meter. But I just feel like that bit was just for story. Like, he didn't tell Shuri, so it wasn't only a shock to the crowd, it was a shock to her too. T'Challa would have told Shuri. Like, let's be real. When they try to do that, I can understand what he's saying. That's just not a good decision. That's just not a good decision. I'll be real.
Every single primary black lead character in this thing borderline dies, bro. All the black men die, except for M'Baku. All the ones that matter, at least. Forrest Whitaker, gone. Michael B. Jordan's dad, gone. Michael B. Jordan's character, Killmonger, gone. T'Challa's gone.
Yeah, I forgot they killed Forrest Whitaker.
But it's all about representation.
I forgot about that. Not just rewatching
all these other things. What do black men have left now when it comes to the mainstream for the MCU? What do we really have, bro?
And that's true. We don't have anything. But again, I don't really... Where's the black men now? Where's the black man? Black Panther was huge. Was huge. T'Challa was huge. But if we're being honest, if we're saying, oh, where's the main black man? Where was the main black woman before this? So I feel like if we're going to complain about, like, so if there's just T'Challa, there's no main black woman. And okay, I can understand what you're saying, because while they killed Michael B. Chadwick died. They killed Forrest Whitaker, and M'Baku's still there though. I'm counting M'Baku, but yeah, and there were a side character women that didn't die, but they did just kill Angela Bassett.
Nothing that compares to T'Challa. Not a single thing. And to try and sit here and act like we should be settling for these other things like Captain Falcon of all things, or War Machine, or Iron Patriot, whatever he chooses to be today or tomorrow.
Captain Falcon being my representation is a no-go.
Or settle for Blade, a vampire hunter killing things in the darkness, bruh, versus the king of a nation with advanced technology that the Avengers are heavily connected to in the whole world of the MCU, bruh. There is no comparison at all, and they took this character away because of an actor. They chose to make this character, who was supposed to be larger than life, smaller than the foot of an actor. They have Chadwick Boseman's foot stepped right on top of T'Challa, bro. T'Challa will never be as big as other characters that exist in pop culture because they have chosen to make this actor forever larger than he will ever be. This character will never be as big as Spider-Man, as Batman or Superman or other characters, because look at what they have done to the biggest black character in the MCU.
Okay, you just said as big as Spider-Man, as big as Superman. You didn't say as big as Peter Parker, as big. Yes, T'Challa will not be. T'Challa Jr., we're just going to call him T'Challa. Let's be real here. So T'Challa might be as big as these characters. Also, Black Panther has the potential to still be as big as Spider-Man, as big as Superman. Black Panther does. It's not a black man anymore. It's a black woman right now. They didn't have bad intentions to do that. If you think it was a mistake, that's fine. If you genuinely think that this was the wrong move and you can't even support it anymore, that's fine. But I just think they made the decision out of respect, and it wasn't to disrespect the black community at all. And if you think that's what that caused, what can they do now? They already put out the movie. There's really nothing to complain about. Like, I understand T'Challa and Black Panther, the character to you means so much. I see the comics in the background. I see Black Panther. I see your hat. So I understand the frustration. I can't imagine my favorite character just being killed off. That's crazy. At the end of the day, I feel like Marvel did what they thought was right in the moment, and they rewrote the whole script, and they got some backlash from to recast the T'Challa thing. At the end of the day, they put out a fire movie, in my opinion. Maybe you don't see that. Maybe you didn't see it as a fire movie. Maybe you went into that movie just thinking they should have recast T'Challa, and even if it was the most fire movie, you wouldn't have saw that because you had it in your brain that T'Challa was, why would they kill T'Challa? Which, again, I understand. They made a decision, they stuck to it, and they hit the shot with the movie. I can't be mad. I don't think they were trying to erase the black man representation. Chadwick Boseman died, and they did what they thought was right. But all respect goes to you. I'm gonna be real, because while I disagree, everything you're saying is great points. But if you enjoyed this video, here's another video just like it. I appreciate y'all for watching.